suppose this will be the start of a stream now. This is streaming to the right thing, I hope. Video, let's see. Live. Is it not detecting it? I hope it is. Is it streaming to the right channel is the question. No, it's... Where are you streaming this to? Well, I see it now. Okay, live chat's up. Now I need to share this. Alright. How do I share where I'm at? Oh, here it is. Let me share it up. And we'll put this. Well, I see it now. Okay, live chat's there. Now I need to share this. And if people want to, I'm gonna put this on events as well, my personal chat. There. Alright, click that crud off. Okay. Well, who's ever joining, just let me know in the chat, and we shall start this up. Live now. Okay, it looks like I got 2 weirdos in there. Let's see. Oh, right, I gotta get my picture. You're Paracas. I hope not. Just be aware, I'm a little delayed from what you guys are saying, so... Okay. So this is what I do most of the time. I tend to trace over my own work. I know, it makes me a bad person, doesn't it? But I don't care, because I don't want to draw everything all on the actual art program, because that's difficult for me. I have a hard time. Why the heck is this not aligning? There we go. Oh yes, thank you for the someone on Twitter. I'm not bothering to check. I'm having my phone right next to me, just so I can check what's going on in the comments, because I don't want to tab out the OBS every freaking 2 seconds. That seems annoying to me. You know? Yes, tracing my own work is illegal. Well, that's too bad. Oh shoot, I forgot to plug in my art pen. I'm so stupid. Technically I could do it wireless. I don't want to. Never liked doing that wireless. I just liked all the wires. And somebody can choke me in my sleep with them. No, kidding. Alright, so, outline phase. Oh shoot, I forgot one more thing for the panels. Oops. I can hear myself on the phone. Better turn that off. Hello, Aura. Good to see you. Good to see you, my habibis. No, I'm kidding. Something I've been hearing another creator say on Twitter. I shouldn't be copying them. Alright, I'm just gonna get to drawing. There's no, introductions or anything. I'm drawing. This stream might take a few hours, too, so just be aware, folks. This is how I drew it. Rough draft, too. I drew these first 2 panels first. Let's see. The block of lead is going to get surrounded by Jack Kirby carbonation. as I called it last stream. I will keep calling it that. All these little bubbles and everything. You guys don't know what Jack Kirby carbonation is, look up some of his art with all the energy beams and cred. You'll understand soon enough once you do that. Oh, I also cheat by opening one of my previous project, and like the one I drew last time, and copying the colors I did, because frankly, I don't want to deal with all that. So here we go. These will be our lasers. Doesn't happen IRL. What, the beams? Or the carbonation? I'm a little confused right now. Please specify for me. Oh, yeah, the Jack Kirby carbonation. Yeah, no, I wish it happened in real life too. It looks nice, doesn't it? Yeah, I'm going to be drawing that soon enough, but first I tend to draw the other outlines. Making this really look comic booky instead of realistic, but it's okay. That's the whole point. If you guys have any questions or comments or whatever, just leave them in the chat. I'll try to respond to them if I can. If not, then oh well. But, yeah, I just ate breakfast and I'm already hungry for like a McChicken. Can't believe myself. Not hungry, more like I'm feeling a craving for it, I guess. Also, if you guys can hear my fan in the background, that's too bad. It's hot in the house. Oh, and my dog sleeping right next to me, right here. So if she gets up, I might have to take her out a few times and everything. I'm just taking care of her for the week. But I figured, while I'm doing that, I might as well draw. So, yeah. There was one last place I forgot to share, but my nice video too. I wanted to share the speed paint on the boards too. I hope people like that, by the way. Just because I put some Mozart music into it, and I really like Mozart. Proof that I'm working on this. There we go. Now people can see it on the boards. Alright, back to drawing. Sorry. Alright, so this is Megan Matters, or whatever I called her in the newer version of the script, and she is enjoying the fact that she is committing an atrocity against science right now, and everything that's good in the world, because her weird laser thing is starting to work. Well, that's not going to work too long. Kind of wish I had some music in the background for this, but I don't want to drown out myself and what everyone's saying. And I'm not sure if I know I would be happy. Yes. I don't know if that would be picked up by the stream or not. I don't think so, but I don't want to risk it. And I am wearing headphones. I technically guess I could, but I also want to make sure if my dog moves, I don't like stop hearing her, because you know she might decide, I want to move and go outside and then start. We have some bells on the door just so she can like notify us, because sometimes we don't hear her and she needs to go out. We don't hear her by the door, so. And when you don't hear her by the door, well, That's just the facts. Oh shoot! I've been drawing this with the laser. Doggone it! Wait a second. Hold on. I know a way to fix this easily. Okay. Let's copy that and then merge this down. There we go. And then just erase where it is on the outline. Erase this part here. Break core could be louder. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Let's see. Okay, erase this part. And then go to the outlines and erase this part here. There we go. Oh, shoot. Alright, I guess this part with the outlines is going to be a little bit more trickier than I thought. Ah, dang it. There goes my attempt at being lazy. But it's okay. See, I'm making it work. I'm fixing a mistake. Fixing a mistake. There we go. It's fixed. I'm probably really quiet on the stream. If so, just turn up the volume. I'm sorry. For some reason, this microphone's extremely quiet. Alright, go back to outlines, Colin. And then we'll continue. I'm not going to draw the full arm, mostly because there's supposed to be a lot more lasers showing up on here. And stuff like that takes me a few times to get straight. Mostly because these Wacom pads, they don't feature the most friction ever, so it gets a little difficult for me at times. What I usually do is I use a stabilizer up here to keep myself at bay with all this, to make sure it's all stable and everything. Alright, that's all we need for the outlines for these top panels. I'm going to go back to drawing the lasers again on the other side. And then they're going to come all the way through the middle of the page in the center. And but that comes a bit later. Oops. It's a Wacom Intuos, so it doesn't have the screen on it and everything. It's fine though, I don't really need it. I can just look at what I'm drawing on the computer. Some people prefer the ones with the screen. You're kidding me. Did I really just do this all in outlines? Some people prefer the ones with the screen on them. Personally, I don't see the point of those for myself when I could just look at my own screen on my computer. But, you know, some people just, I guess they need it. But I never have. It takes a little bit of hand-eye coordination to learn, but, you know, it's not too difficult. Just know it's like an older styled Wacom pad that doesn't use, it doesn't really use any, shall we say, screens or whatnot on them. So, it's just a regular black pad right here. But it works for me, and that's all that really matters. Yeah, your younger brother, your youngest. Maybe. It's good to hear that he too has the superior outlook. There we go, that's a little better. I want it to be centering on the block of lead. side somehow. Dum. Guys, give me something to talk about in the chat, please. Or this is going to be a really boring stream besides watching me draw. No, I'm just going to do this anyway. Oops. We'll wait for some of your guys' suggestions of what topics to cover. Please don't give me anything stupid or edgy. I'm not trying to monetize this or anything, but I just... don't give me anything dumb. Politics. Thank you. Best suggestion. No, I'm not talking politics. How about something related to comic books? You know? Everyone loves politics. I'm not sure I agree with that, although one of my friends loves politics. He's a poli-sci major, so he's a choice. He's made a choice in life to pursue politics and everything he does. Personally, I don't know how he could stand that, but that's just me. Which one? Oh, for your brothers? I don't know. Oh, you're doing Adsonus. Never mind, sorry. I was gonna say, I don't know the intricacies of all your family. Don't ask me stuff on that. Here we go. Here comes the Kirby carbonation I was talking about earlier. All these little black dots flying everywhere. But Colin, one might say, you're just making a bunch of black dots. That's a little lazy. Well, you're going to say that to Jack Kirby, too? I'm sick of big comics, too. I have been for ages now. Just ages. That's why I'm making my own. You know, you gotta be the change you want to be in the world. That's what people have told me. So, I agree with that. You gotta change things. You gotta do things yourself. And it's kind of what the Joker says, too, in a way. You know, if you're good at something, never do it for free. Although that's exactly what I'm doing, so I'm a little bit of a hypocrite. But you know what? I don't know what I'm talking about. Cole. Is one of your brothers coleslaw? Are you having a stroke, Sonus? Are not lazy. Oh, are not lazy. Okay, I think that's enough of those. Look at them. They look like little M&Ms flying everywhere. If they were in front of a... little M&Ms flying everywhere if they were suddenly in front of a direct light. I'm actually going to turn my outlines off, just so I'm not biased as to where to place these. Delicious black dots. This is the most fun part of drawing all this, to be honest. It's just making these humongous black dots. And I'm coloring them in manually because if I tried to do this with like the I'd have to turn off a lot of layers just to use the fill tool, which I guess I could do, but you know, it's more fun this way. All of matter actually consists of M&Ms. They are the smallest subparticle. And maybe those mini M&Ms they used to do. Do they still sell mini M&Ms? I remember they used to have like these little tubes of them, and I just shove a lot of those in my mouth when I was like in like, gosh, it must have been 2005, I think. I was like 6 years old. I remember because the Bionicle Hordeca were coming out, and I ate some of those at a Bi-Mart. If you guys even know what a Bi-Mart is, anyway, it's a store in the Pacific Northwest. They used to be, the Bi-Mart was like it was a store and a pharmacy. Although they don't have pharmacies anymore, so I don't know why they're still calling themselves Bi-Mart. But regardless, yeah, I haven't seen the mini M&Ms in years either. I wonder if they stopped making them. Somebody look that up. You guys aren't drawing right now. Somebody look that up for me. I want to know if they still make them. And if they do, I want to know where I can find them. Because sometimes I crave those, and I just know that they're not around anymore, or I have never been able to find them. And they keep making all these other weird flavors too. Like, I don't want freaking crunchy M&Ms. If I want a crunchy chocolate, I'll go freaking eat a Kit Kat. You know? But then they keep making all these weird flavors instead of like the mini M&Ms, which I really enjoyed the mini M&Ms. This is taking quite a while. When I first started drawing this on paper, I didn't consider how many of these I'd have to draw. Wait, what? You can buy them directly from their site? Okay, I need to do this after the stream. I'll try to go see if I can order some or something. Because I really want mini M&Ms again. Why don't they sell those in store? I've never seen those in stores anymore. I freaking want mini M&Ms. But I bet it would be expensive just to buy them. For myself anyway. Yeah, I'm not sharing with people. What are you talking about? Screw that. Those are for me. Alright, that's enough of these Jack Kirby particles. Alright, so that is that part. I'll color in the lasers later. I'm just doing all the outlines right now. Now I've finished the outlines. With this woman's crazy face. You know what another candy I want back? Didn't they used to have like sour Skittles? Do they still sell those? I haven't been able to find them anymore. I really loved sour Skittles as a kid. If they still make those, please let me know. There's a lot of candies I loved as a kid, and they just don't make anymore. Like, I remember loving some of the chocolate when I went to Holland as a child. And now sometimes I'm like, there's not a lot of chocolate here in the United States that's rich as the stuff we had in Holland. Sometimes my mom will buy some imported stuff from Holland for that, and it's really good. Like, the Europeans, they know how to make their chocolate. It's rich and creamy most of the time, unlike here in the U.S., where a lot of the times it's just, it's just sad. Like they didn't put any effort into it. Yeah, they were actually sour, unlike stuff like stupid Warheads where it's just gonna destroy your... I mean, they're sour, but they're not tasty. That's the thing. Warheads are... Warheads are sour, but they're not tasty, in my opinion. they're just sour, and it's like, okay, but when something's sour, I also want it to be tasty. Otherwise, this is just torture. I'm just torturing myself eating warheads. So I've never been a big fan of warheads for that reason. I did not get a lot of sleep last night because Doggy here is someone who keeps me up at night sometimes. Mostly unsweetened chocolate. Oh, that's good. That sounds like some good chalky. It sounds like some good chocolate. Chocolate with or without nuts? Oh no, I have to draw more of the laser crud again. That's okay. Okay, how am I gonna do this? I think some of these could probably be outlines. I don't know. She means mean eyebrows because she's freaking out about how her successful thing is until not. Spoilers. Okay. Actually, no, I do need to draw this next part with the lasers. It needs to be black, though. It needs to be a deep black. I forgot how I was actually going to draw that part, this part, and I remember now. There we go. That's creepy, isn't it? Because now you're starting to get the creepy dark matter. Ooh. Scary. Oops. Actually, that is one thing I was going to do here. Ooh. That should not be outlines. See that? Uh-huh. The Kirby carbonation knows no bounds. Chocolate with paper skin and glass bones, yes. They're not. I don't like SpongeBob much anymore. I used to like it a lot as a kid, but it's just. It's gone on too long, and they just don't know when to freaking quit it and kill it. And I can't think of a lot of kids that actually like SpongeBob a lot nowadays. Am I wrong about that? Am I just getting old? I'm probably just getting old. I'm just getting old. Well, I don't really need outlines for this if I'm just drawing a bunch of circles trying to explode into a billion pieces. So I don't really need my rough draft up right now. Yeah, the first 3 seasons of SpongeBob are good, but what about everything after that? That's my question. There were a few good post-season 3 episodes, I think. And there still are. They still make the occasional good episode, but it's just a lot of it's schlock. A lot of it's bad. It's not enjoyable anymore. And I feel bad to say that because I actually really like SpongeBob, at least when I was a child. My dad loved it too, although my mom, she was iffy about it. And I understand why she was iffy about it, because some of the humor in SpongeBob is not good for kids. Let's just say that. Here we go. Trillion miniature M&Ms. Yeah, the original writers did leave, including Steven Hillenburg, because he intended the movie to be the last episode, from what I remember. So, all right, here's the fun part. It's just a freaking big circle. I mean, technically, I could just do this and draw a big old circle like that, but I don't know, that feels like cheating to me. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to turn the snap off, and we're going to draw this like a man, because I can draw a circle. See, it looks fine. That's a nice circle. Wouldn't you agree? Wouldn't you guys agree that's a nice looking circle? I used to draw circles as a kid with fate, like little dot eye and mouths on it, and those were my characters. I know, I thought it was cute as a kid, but as an adult, it's like, yeah, I could draw way better. Way better stuff than that. Alright. This is fun. Boom. There we go. Boom. Oh. Turned out the lights there for a second. Boom. 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 Oh, almost forgot. There's some small boys here. I don't know how far you guys are. You didn't draw... No, I didn't draw with Aziz Hilda. I'm sorry. I'm not as good as SpongeBob. I regret to tell people that I'm not as good as SpongeBob on that. I just like drawing crud like this because you know how in like all those video games when they have like the oozing dark matter and everything like that, they just kind of make a giant black ball and then it just has all these lines coming out of it. Yeah, same idea. Same idea. And then we're gonna do it again. Look at the size of this lad. Absolute unit. Absolute units of a circle. Big boy. He's a big boy. And he's gonna get bigger. It's badder. Ladies and gentlemen, it's too much for Mr. Incredible. Yeah, I agree. We do. Just laughing at my own joke. Yeah, we do need more of that in stylization for video game art. In general, just in general, they need to stylize video games more. I feel like too many of them try to go like proto-realistic now, or like pseudo-realistic, and you know, I kind of liked it when they looked a little bit more cartoonier with the worse graphics. They looked like games. They looked like something you could just pick up as a game, and it had a nice fictional look to it. Is that a weird concept that something looks like fiction? Is that too much of an idea that like is that too much of a stretch? I don't know. Oh, shoot, did I draw her earrings? Yeah, okay. I'm making sure I'm consistent with that. Good. I always get afraid I missed a detail. My last issue, I ended up realizing I didn't color in one of the gloves for Mario Valentine. Staring at Square Enix in anger. And so I've been really conscious now because I already sent it to be copyrighted and everything with that flaw in there, and I overlooked it. I overlooked it again, and I didn't see that flub until now. So unfortunately, I'm just got to live with it. Because I'm not sending another $30 or $60, excuse me, just to get that corrected. So originally I was gonna have my friend John help me color this issue, but the thing is, he's too busy. He did a good job though when he sent me his thing. I'm not gonna share it here because I don't want to share his colors and whatnot without his permission, but I think he did a way better job than I do, but however, it just wouldn't have been feasible. Whatsoever. So I'm gonna share that I'm streaming on the message boards. No, there's 4 people watching. Who could be the other person watching? I don't know. Don't know. Anyways, whoever just joined, say hi in the chat. I like the interaction. Gonna bet it's probably my grandma or my dad again, or one of my relatives. Anyways, time to get killed in the FBI. Yes. Yes, the FBI is very interested in my thing right here. I swear I didn't pirate all those movies 12 years ago. Don't you? You can't get after me. You have no proof, FBI. They're not on my computer. How are you supposed to know? You guys heard about Kotaku being blacklisted from Nintendo, right? They ended up, as a result, they ended up sharing like leaked versions of the newest Zelda, and then they're like, "Wow, why are they not supporting us anymore?" Nintendo. It's like, well, gee, just days ago you accused them of being racist, and then so they blacklisted you because you were asking, why aren't there more black people in Zelda? It's racist, and so they blacklisted you for that crud because you're making their game look bad right before release. Because what do you think they're gonna do? What do you think Nintendo's going to do the moment you start asking them to or start accusing them of racism? What did Kotaku honestly think was gonna happen? Oh, well, it's okay. We'll just keep being a business partner with you because you're accusing us of racism. Yeah. Am I right, guys? No, they're not gonna do that, crud. So now Kotaku's all butthurt, and they tried to leak the newest Zelda game in crud. So, but yeah, it is written by losers, and it's completely and utterly deserved. I cannot wait for gaming journalism to finally freaking die after all these years of it being just completely brain dead. Well, yeah, Nintendo of course has problems. Like they sue people to take down their fan projects, and which I don't like. But I'm just saying, in terms of all this other crud going on with, in terms of all this other crud going on, where they're trying to just release a game and they do that crud. I mean, come on, they're just trying to release another game people have been wanting for like, what? Has it been 5 years now since Breath of the Wild came out? I can't remember. Yeah, emulation, they get after people using emulators. Which, honestly, is a little cringe, but whatever. I wish Nintendo would realize that people wouldn't do that if they just would release their games, keep re-releasing their games in physical copies for their newer systems, but they don't do that. No, they're completely right to blacklist Kotaku. I agree with that. They are 100% right to blacklist them. They're just causing more problems. Causing problems they didn't need to cause. That, and I've never really been a big fan of Kotaku anyways. Like, again, most gaming journalism's cringe. I've been hearing that Ennea Sarkeesian's kind of come back and whatnot, but it's like, just screw off, lady. Nobody cares about you anymore. You became irrelevant years ago. You know, out of context, if I just showed you this panel right here, with all the bubbles, you'd think, oh, that's really pleasant. That's a really nice drawing. You're just drawing a bunch of bubbles. Nothing violence going on right now. Isn't that nice? How sweet. What a nice little comic book. Nothing malicious or horrible is happening right now, where all the characters are going to get exposed to horrific cosmic cosmological atrocities. No, it's just bubbles, guys. Just bubbles. I am recording this, by the way, so because I don't want to go through the hassle I did today with trying to get YouTube to let me download my freaking own video, because for some reason they don't like that. So even about the political by people who know nothing about the game they're reviewing or might take rage bait articles. Yeah, that was one of the biggest problems too. Is they're using honest to goodness business from Nintendo, and they're dragging their name through the mud that way. So, like, Nintendo doesn't want to get involved with all this Western politics. They probably don't give a darn. But Kotaku's giving a darn, and they're trying to get the Nintendo involved in it and trying to accuse them of racism and crud, which they don't care. They just want to release their stupid Zelda game. I mean, personally, I'm on Nintendo's side on this. I don't like agreeing with them all the time nowadays because they do some stupid stuff, and I still have not forgiven them for Joy-Con drift and how they've never dealt with that. It's really dumb that they still haven't dealt with it properly. But Kotaku needs to shut the heck up. That's my 2 cents on Kotaku. Nobody did I seriously just draw this on the lasers layer again? Whatever. It doesn't matter anymore. I don't care. Why do I do this? Why do I do this? I don't know. I'm gonna fix this at least. Put it in the right layer. This is one of the issues with drawing. I found that Nintendo sometimes will hire private investigators to spy on fan project heads. Do they actually do that? Are they like freaking Hasbro, where they sent Pinkertons on that one guy with all the Magic the Gathering cards? That's funny, by the way. I know I feel bad for the guy, but it's just the fact that they sent freaking Pinkertons on the guy is hilarious to me. It's hilarious that Hasbro would stoop that low. At least to me. That and Pinkertons, they don't really... It's been a long time since they've been around. They've been really relevant, so... I know they're still around. I know they're still a private detective agency. So they stalk people and threaten them to remove their projects. That's a little frightening. I don't think I would do that. Unless my stuff got really big. But like if people make fan art, I'm okay with that as long as it's not pornographic. By all means, make fan art if people want to. But please just don't draw anything pornographic, because I don't want that associated with the brand. But I know some people can't help it because, well, They're incels. No, I'm kidding. They're not incels. They can't help it because they're just probably too addicted. Alright. I think that's all the outlines. Let's see how the project looks so far. Pretty okay. Okay. I think there's one last thing I could do with the outlines. I need to draw some more light things coming out from here. Sorry, I'm very tired. Doggy kept me up last night because she kept needing to go out, so I didn't get as much sleep as I would have wanted. Okay, we're gonna draw the laser colors now. Let's change the name to laser colors. There we go. Technically, I could just fill all this in, and I will for that part, but I will have to draw the middle parts to be more white. Because of the way the light works. It's strange to me that people would actually like do Pinkerton CRUD though nowadays, or rather send Pinkertons on people. I understand they don't want people pirating their works and like the products they're making, but at the same time, like those people are more white, yeah. They're promoting your product to people. Oh, you guys shut up. Shut up about the more white. Just white. No, I'm coloring it blue too, okay? It's blue as well. People are... It's blue. It's blue as well as white. There we go. You know what, though? There's nothing wrong with the color white. There's never has been. Did you not know about Pinkerton? I've known about them. In fact, for a script I was going to do for Emerald Man and like his ancestors, one of his ancestors was supposed to be a Pinkerton agent. However, I don't know if I'm ever going to ever make that comic. It was leaked official booster packs of Magic. Okay, then what was the issue? I mean, I know it was a leak, but are they just afraid of industrial espionage or something going on? I mean, I guess that's a legitimate concern, but... It's a genuine concern. It's just, to me, it's a little bit yikes that you would send that on a freaking fan who probably is now traumatized, by the way, from that whole encounter. Did they send the guy to jail or just fine him? The fact that it was a leak was the issue. Yeah, I guess. What if LEGO just starts doing that? They start sending Pinkertons on people who leak new LEGO sets, too. I kind of want to see that now. LEGO sending Pinkertons on people. Oh yeah. What do you guys think? What, you think LEGO should send Pinkertons on some of the fans who leak stuff? Let me know. Let me know in the live chat. Yes, we are so close to Cyberpunk World. Isn't that great? That's exactly what everyone wanted. That's exactly what everyone wanted, right? Oops. It's not what I wanted. I didn't want a cyberpunk. LJ says. Oh, I see. Yeah, are we really that far behind on the stream? You guys are still seeing me talk about like sending Pinkertons on Lego. Wow, I wonder if it's just getting laggy or something. Huh. Oh well. I know a lot of people usually stream with 2 monitors. I'm not doing that. I only have 1 monitor. I just have freaking YouTube out in front of me on my phone so I can look at what you guys are saying. Because I don't have time for that crud. Maybe I should have done this. Here we go. Yeah, sending the Pinkerton agents out on Just Too Good and his people, and LJ. Actually, I don't think TTV allows leaks on their websites anymore, from what I remember. I saw someone get their post removed because of it. Probably because they're a Lego affiliate now. Although I still think that's incredibly lame. Because their whole website got big just because of the leaks for Gen 2 Bionicle. I don't know. I'm not a mod anymore, I can say this crud, but in my opinion, they kind of, once they became more of a official Lego affiliate, I feel like they lost some of their charm. Am I wrong saying that? I don't know. That's how I feel. Oops. Yeah, that kind of looks good too, but no, we're gonna do this. I still got Mozart's music. The Mozart music I used in the. I used in the. Yeah, it was charming. Oh gosh, no, I just realized what you were saying. Sonus. I was about to read that out loud. I'm glad I'm faster at reading with my eyes and head than I am. Than I am with my mouth. I'm not finishing that. No. Alright. Yeah, it's so funny. Make the guy doing his streaming nearly say something he shouldn't be saying. Very freaking funny. 10 out of 10. Epic memes. Alright. I think I got all the laser stuff I wanted to do now. All that's done. Kind of a creepy color now that I think about it. But now it's time to draw the actual colors. So, I'm going to turn the lasers off. Looks kind of like she's just looking at something floating now, but it's okay. That's the whole beauty of it all. Actually, I'm just going to use the fill tool. Because I'm lazy. Technically, the only one I really need to look at is this panel. With all the Kirby carbonation. Oops. I always forget. What else is controversial right now? Yes, she is very amused by a lead brick. I realized when I was drawing the rough draft that it's actually a little bit different than the script you had read, Sonus. Mostly because I'd made quite a few changes to how the story pulls out. I wanted to make Emerald Man a little bit more heroic than more like, oh, oops, I stumbled into the laboratory and crud. So, Ezra Miller, please don't mention that name here. Please don't. We don't talk of that man. And yes, I'm going to call him a man. Because it's what he freaking deserves. Disgusting creature. Pedophile and all these other bad things. An attempted kidnapper. The fact that they're still going to be releasing that Flash movie is a really bad sign. They're still releasing all the movies they were going to do except for like Batgirl and crud. Which is a shame because I wanted to see Brendan Fraser as Firefly. Like, I wasn't looking forward to Batgirl itself, but Brendan Fraser I was looking forward to. Because I like him as an actor. But then they released the new Shazam, which from what I understand is bad. They've released they're going to be releasing this new Flash, which looks incredibly bad. They released Black Adam, which was incredibly bad. DC's not in a good spot right now. Neither is their comics. Neither is anything they're doing really. Correctly, she had a pink earring. Yes? Yeah, I just made the earring pink like her lips. Okay. Uh-oh, doggy's awake now. Yeah, let the DCAU or whatever they call it die. I have no love for it. It needs death. Someone put it out of its poor misery, honestly. There we go. Drawing people with lab coats makes my life a lot easier. Actually, I need to make it the same color. It's the last page. There we go. Lead. Floating lead. Gotta love floating lead. There we go. Hold on, I might sneeze. Might sneeze. Doggy, come here, girl. Oh, hi, Toby. Yes, he works for the FBI. Greetings, Toby. So you must be my fourth watcher, I was wondering about. No comment. Yeah, okay, we got a Fed in the chat, guys. Hide all your gold. Hide all your gold. He's coming after it. Toby, I swear I've done all my taxes. There's no need to get worried. At all. Oh, by the way, Toby, I'm going to be a little bit delayed with anything you say, so I've been noticing the chat doesn't exactly align everything. So, or rather, the stream has been a little bit delayed on my end, so if you say something, it might take a few minutes or a few seconds for me to see what you're saying and then respond to it, and the chat will come up, but typical chat typical stuff like that. So I'm sure you've watched streams before where that happens. Yes, this is proof that I'm still working on this. It's still alive. My friend who I wanted to have help me, he couldn't end up doing it, so I'm back to doing this by myself. I'm a little bit delayed. I'm trying to catch up. That's why I've been doing these streams. Thankfully, I had this week where my mother is gone from the house, and I'm watching the dog by myself, so I figured plenty of time to go work on my comic. Tongues tend to be pink, don't they? There they go. So if you have any questions or comments, just leave it in the chat for YouTube. Oops. And I'll try to respond to it. Yeah, the stream's really behind. It still has me coloring this matter here. Oh yeah, I forgot. I guess I have to turn the lasers back on now. I forgot it colored. Oh no, Sonus has his eye on the Fetty. Confetti, Mom Spaghetti. Mom Spaghetti. Once this is done recording, I'm also going to probably make once I'm done with the stream, I'm going to probably make a video of it where it gets sped up too, just so people can enjoy that. If people like those enough anyways. Just to know my process. The nice thing about making her wear goggles is that I don't have to color in her irises or other crud like that. Remember, kids, if you're making a comic that's supposed to be bi-monthly, take shortcuts. Because I don't have freaking time for it all the time. I'm just doing this because I want to. If I had an actual colorist, it would probably make my life easier. I could probably make several comics a month if I had an actual colorist, because actually drawing it, for me, easy. Incredibly easy. But doing everything else, very hard for me. Doing all the coloring is very hard, and the editing and all that stuff. Doggy, what are you doing, girl? Are you getting into stuff you're not supposed to? Aspen, come here, girl. Aspen, you're supposed to be sitting next to me being the mascot. You're supposed to be the moral support. Why are you not here? Girl? She's probably itchy. She gets jealous sometimes. She doesn't like hearing me go on calls with people. She must think I'm on a call. She gets very jealous of anyone taking attention from her, including babies. So she's a little envious. She reminds me of another character I've made that I'm not going to say yet, and please do not say Sonus if you know who I'm talking about. But she reminds me of another character I've made that tends to have an envious lifestyle. Yeah, she does probably think I'm flirting with other girls. But I'm pretty sure all you guys are girls, or all you guys are guys, right? Blah. She is a European boxer, very white colored, just a pure white European boxer. They're actually kind of rare. They're kind of like if you, in terms of like genetics, they're kind of like if you have someone with red hair, for example, for that kind of dog. So that's the kind of dog she is. Aura got pregnant. I'm a little afraid to say anything about that now. How did Aura get pregnant? Hold on. What's going on with that? I'm just gonna assume Sonus is. Yeah, how'd you get pregnant, Aura? Did you get pregnant? Is Sonus telling the truth? Or is he a liar? Wait, he did he? He felt like he was pregnant? Aura, why would you do that? Why though? Well, Aura, when's the baby due? Do we have a set date or no? Okay, cool. That is the flat colors right there. One other thing I need to do though is steal more colors from here. There we go. My dog might need to go out potty. I'll go see what she needs. I'll be right back. So we're going on a small break. Oop. Hold on, before I do that though, I just realized. There we go. Doggy, you gotta go potties? You gotta go potty? What did you need? Did you want to have the door open? Hmm? Door open? Why do you need mommy's door open? Are you gonna sit next to me now, doggy? Come on, sit next to me, doggy. Come here. Ugh. Aspen, come here, girl. She's preoccupied with a treat. She didn't have to go out. She just wanted a treat. Well, which I'm not surprised. She's that way. anyways, I'm going to get back to doing our drawing. Right now, I'm going to do our shading. So, and then I will end it off with our pen, or not pens, but word bubbles. I'm sorry I'm not the most charismatic person, by the way. I have a hard time coming up with things to say on my own. My brother is way better at the streaming thing than I am, but I figured people will want to see my art. Plus, I've been getting lonely because I'm all home alone. I'm house setting. Well, not technically home alone. My dog's here. And my grandpa will be back too. But so, don't get any ideas. We are armed here. With knives and crud. I can use a kitchen knife pretty mean. I use them at work because I work in a kitchen and stuff. So I can do a pretty mean. I can use a pretty mean kitchen knife. By the way, hacks. People won't even notice the difference. They won't realize, oh, he didn't actually color in the eyes underneath. I didn't. That's correct. Doggy, what are you doing, girl? Come here. Come on. Come here. Alright, don't be a pain. I'm in the middle of something. Are you going to be a pain or are you going to be cooperative? That's a good girl. Thank you. Thank you. You can nest up on the bed. You can see, there you go. Thank you. You're making it a lot easier for both me and you. Because if you hurt yourself by climbing off the couch, it would not have been fun. It wouldn't have been fun for everybody else. It just would have been a mess. So thank you, doggy. Well, I'm out of things to talk about. You guys want to say anything in the chat while I'm still doing all this shading? Or are we all just a bunch of antisocial kids that grew up on Legos because we didn't know have any friends? No, I'm kidding. That was more me, if anything. You know, easy, kind of shady. Yes, I know. But it's not the real Slim Shady. Oh, don't remind me, Sonus, how old the freaking boards are. I don't want to know that. I don't want to think about that. Don't tell me that, crud. Don't tell me that. Don't remind me that high school was like 9 freaking years ago. Ugh. That doesn't feel right to me. That high school was so long ago. I still don't feel like an adult. Anyways, I think that should be... Oh, wait, no. I need to do a few things. You're not done yet. Here. Shading. Yeah, we're all a bunch of old farts now. Soon we'll be in the nursing homes. Remembering Gen 2. Remember that time I banned a bunch of people because they were being a bunch of jerks online? I'll be honest. I don't regret my time as a moderator, but I do regret all the things I had to do or all the people that I had to ban and crud and made enemies of. That I didn't like. Kind of a stressful time in my life, but I'm glad I'm over all that. So very glad. Okay, that should be. This is pretty simple. These were pretty simple pages. So it was mostly trying to get all the black dots everywhere. That was the difficult part. So now I'm just gonna do some metallic shading. There we go. I guess I do need to do one more thing with the shading. But yeah, I'm. There's a lot of things that I would like to forget about the boards, to be honest. Even recently too. I don't even know what's going on in the freaking highly suspect hideout over there anymore because I haven't been part of it for like a long time. Because I don't, I'm not gonna bother trying to become master again. That's too much work, especially for someone who's been on there like me. Or been on there so long like me, so it's just not worth it to me. Alright, that's the shading done. Oh gosh, do not remind me of the bats, Aura. Please do not. Oh, they're not that bad, but if anything, I find them more funny than I do anything. Wait, what? There's feet? People are... What's wrong with people? What is wrong with people? Oh no. I didn't draw any word bubbles on the ref for this. I should have. Where the heck? What the heck, Colin? This is like, there's gotta be a ton of words here. Okay, turn the shading off, character color panels, laser colors. Word bubbles. Now I kind of don't want to know. I don't know why people can't be non-roll like us. Zap, Zam. No, that's Bunsk. Like, boom. Non-roll. Yes, please make it a real insult. You have to say it out loud, or you're not going to know what it actually sounds like. Dog, don't freak out. It's just coming from me. She doesn't like it when I make certain noises. Okay. Like that. That noise. I can't do my freaking O's today. No, she's not getting bombarded by a bunch of donuts. That's not what's happening. One other thing I need to figure out is... That looks really weird without all the colors. Okay. Now for the words. Machine is stable. Eyes. Bold. There we go. Cool. And now is the time I draw the word bubbles. And yes, I call them word bubbles. Some people call them word balloons. I think those people are weird that they call them word balloons. I think they look more like bubbles to me. I guess they have a tail like a balloon, but you know, it's a bubble. Come on, guys. Just accept the fact that it's a freaking bubble, okay? Doesn't hurt anyone, the fact that it's a bubble. So, get good. I don't really like the placement of this one, but whatever. For some reason, there we go. That's better. That looks better. There we go. Cool. Alright, and then we do a layer of color under the word bubbles. However, I gotta color all these other things too, actually. So, what should we make this color? Let's make it a yellow. I think that will contrast nicely with the, well, first actually, let's see if that will contrast nicely with the lasers. Yeah, I think that will contrast nicely with the lasers. Anything else you guys want to talk about? I'm kind of almost near the end of the stream, I guess, to be fair. Because after this, I'll be done, and I want to take a break. Because I've been drawing for, I think, 2 hours now? Or at least 1 hour now. Maybe 1.5 hours. I can't even tell anymore. Turn the outlines off. Let's turn this into an evil looking purple color. Yes. Purple, the color of evil. At least according to some people. I don't think purple's the color of evil. One time I had a fond conversation with Scarillion, though, about purple being, and he was like, you shouldn't make Emerald Man's color, secondary color purple, you should make it white. And it's like, why can't I make it purple? Because he's like, because green and purple's a villain color. And it's like, who determines that? I don't know. I don't mean to backtalk anyone, by the way. But might have asked before, but how long do you see Emerald Man running for? Rest of my life. I want to make comics until the end of my days, until I'm freaking buried into the ground. So, it will eventually probably have a proper end. I don't know when it will end. Current pace I'm going, I have no idea. But my first batch of stories should probably be done by the end of next year. If I'm actually keeping on schedule, but already that's been a little difficult. But by the way, it is now a shonen anime. No, I'm kidding. It is now. Hold on. We are now seeing a shonen anime right here. It's a shonen anime. That's all you see. Alright, now that I'm done ripping on anime, I don't see this comic going past like 6 years, but preferably I would like to keep making Emerald Man for the rest of my life, but that's just me. Although I have other characters I would also like to focus on, like Mayfly and Axolotl. If I had more manpower, this comic, I would have a ton of comics running concurrently. Just a ton of them. And I'd be building the universe up. But until then, I have to do everything by myself. Anyways, this page is done, and I just realized I have not saved this entire time. That would be really bad. But, oh well. I'm glad I didn't accidentally click it off. There we go. And that is the end of drawing this page. So I'm going to unplug that. The word bubbles are done. I'm pretty satisfied with how it looks at the moment. I know it's not the best shading. I'm not the best colorist. I never have been. But it's just how it is. If you guys have any last questions, I will stick around for a few minutes to answer anything you guys want. As long as it's not inappropriate. Yeah, I understand being I forgot about you going to get married. How's that handling out, Sonus? Congratulations again, by the way. Let's see. I'm surprised not many else people watched, but I had people on Twitter liking it, but well, I guess I don't know what else to say. Thank you for liking my posts on TTV Sonus. It's the planning the wedding is hectic, but it is progressing. Well, that's good. That's good. Yeah, it's not an easy thing to get through. I guess one other last thing I could say is for the comic. If I had more manpower, I'd probably be developing Mayfly as my other comic. Have a lot of ideas about that. I've been writing them down. I haven't formatted them much into a script yet. I know I've made one, but I didn't like how it turned out ultimately. I'm too much of a perfectionist. I've been through all these comics so many times, and I don't know. Heck, even what I'm drawing right now does not align with like the scripts I sent Sonus and other friends to look over. So I constantly change what I'm doing. I'm too much of a perfectionist, and I'm always like self-doubting myself. But I can see it ending, and yeah, more Mayfly would be cool, wouldn't it? I've drawn some things. I've been doing some creepy ideas in my notebooks. Some of them I don't like. One thing with the advent of AI is that technically it could help me come up with better ideas for how to make something look, but that kind of destroys the entire fun of the concepts art, at least in my opinion. If I did make Mayfly, excuse me. Ugh, tiredness is getting to me. If I made more Mayfly, I'd probably just keep it a black and white comic because there's no way I could put it in full color right now. Not with what I'm already doing that with Emerald Man, and this already takes a few hours for me to do. So that would need to wait on some things, unless somebody would help me color one of them. Would be nice, but that's probably not gonna happen. Other than that, shoot, man. There's also Axolotl. I'm still trying to rewrite him. The problem with him is that I have a lot of ideas of what I could do. I wrote some recent scripts. I was telling Sonus about this, and I might make it more spy-oriented, but also a little bit darker, but I don't know. I also have some self-doubt there, too. Most of my creativity is going into Emerald Man at the moment. If I had a team, I would utilize it, and I would be able to make more comics, but I don't have that. So, despite all my ideas, I can't get them all done. And a lot of like people out there in indie comics, they have a ton of ideas and they can never make all of them in their lifetime. I mean, heck, most writers are that way. So it might never get done. It might get done. We'll just have to see. For Emerald Man, though, the current storyline shouldn't take more than 12 issues to finish, or at least 15 or 16. So if things are going the pace I wanted it to, it should be done at least by the end of next year or beginning of 2026 or 2025, sorry. Which is a long time, but heck, it's hard for me to wait because there's so many things I want to talk about with my own comic, but that's what happens when you're by yourself. Anyways, I'm going to stop the stream now. I hope everyone had a good time, and just tell me if you're interested in another one of these, because this does take a little bit while to set up, and it does slow me down a little bit with my drawing to answer questions, but I enjoy it. So, just let me know in the comments or something. I'll wait a couple seconds to see if you guys reply. If not, I'll just stop the stream. And sorry if it's super quiet too. Would be fun? Okay. I'll keep that in mind. Well, I might set one up tomorrow. I'll see. Whenever I have free days, I might set up one of these. Anyways, have a good evening, everyone, or afternoon if you're where I am in my time zone. I think Toby left. He must have left. Either that or it's somebody. There's somebody else in the chat. I think it's just you and Aura now. So, anyways, if he arrests us, that's too bad. But I'm gonna set it. I'm gonna say goodbye and end the stream. So, good evening, everyone.